All right. It goes without saying, but a two-step operation, there's going to be two things you have to do to undo it. I always like to think of algebra as like a really complicated knot. When you move forward, you are tying the knot. Algebra is the process of untying the knot. So you have to start at the end and work your way backwards. So, to solve a two-step equation, the first thing you look for is addition and subtraction. Yes. So is there addition or subtraction? Question mark. Do the inverse. And then we're going to talk about some properties. No, trash. All right. What is the difference between an equation and an expression? Anybody? Boom, boom, boom. Equations have equal signs. Cool. Easy. Next. Solution means the answer, the result. Next. What we are currently talking about is this one and this one. The addition property of equality means that I can start here, something easy. 4 equals 4. Nobody would argue that. If I add 3 to this side, now I have 7. So what do I need to do to the right side to make it the same? That is the addition property of equality. So over here, if 5x minus 3 is equal to 14, so this equals this. If I add 3 to the left side, I must add 3 to the right side to keep it balanced. So I end up with that. Negative 3 plus 3 is 0. Same thing with subtraction. You can minus on the left as long as you minus on the right. So if you take away 3 from the left side, you must take away 3 from the right side. And here's your new equation. Okay? Next step, step 2. Step 2 is we're looking for multiplication and or division. And we're going to do the inverse. Inverse operation is the opposite. Now, this one's fun. Nah, we'll do multiplication. Multiplication property of equality. 4 equals 4. If I triple the left side, I must triple the right side so that they stay equal. So what it looks like when we're solving equations, x divided by 3 is 4. So if I multiply the left side by 3, I have to multiply the right side by 3, so x is 12. And then division. If I split this side in half, I have to split this side in half. So if I divide by 3 over here, I have to divide 3 by here. Those are your basic algebra rules, laws. You do unto the right as you would do unto the left. Let's call the coefficient. I remember that from last year. Yes? Okay. That's it. All the new vocab. So, our goal is to do PEMDAS backwards, and I'm going to be mean about this one. Show all steps, period, the end. Every year, I know that I'm going to give you an equation. You're going to know the answer right off the top of your head. That's awesome. Write the steps. Practice while it's easy so that you have a good habit when they get harder. Because if I give you a difficult equation, or when you get up into calculus and you're doing the same stuff we're doing right here, you follow the same rules. But if you don't have a good habit of practicing those rules, writing them down, it's like muscle memory. Like you could give me a nasty equation and I just start going and I don't even really think about what I'm doing because you have those good habits. Develop them now. Yes? Don't make me say yes. But I want to say yes. Because your 8th grade teacher comes and gripes at me when y'all don't show your steps. And your high school teachers gripe at your middle school teachers when you don't show your steps. Because they want you to show your steps. I know it stinks. But I promise, it pays off in the long run. I'll try to find one tomorrow that'll show you that it pays off. Alright, we'll start with something easy. Start with something easy. And I know you're going to know the answer, blah, blah, blah. So, we've got 3x plus 1 equals 10. My overall goal is PEMDAS backwards. I want to undo that knot that I tied. So, step 1. Is there addition and or subtraction? There is addition. What is being added? 1. So here's my addition. What is the opposite of adding a 1? Subtracting a 1. And then the subtraction property of equality says that if I subtract it on the left side, I must subtract it on the right side. So 10 minus 1 is... Now, here's where things get a little weird, because last year y'all did 1 steps. Positive 1 minus 1 is 0. Yes. So that's gone. The 3x is all that remains on this side. Sometimes it helps if you put a line so you keep your left and right. If you don't like the line, you don't have to do it. Now, do you see multiplication and or division? What do you see? What is the opposite of multiplying by 3? We show division by drawing a line under both sides, like a fraction. 3 goes on bottom. 3 over 3 is 1. So you draw a 1 through it. We don't say 1x. Because it's like saying you have a $1. Like if you have $1, you just say $1. We have x. We don't need to say it's 1x. It's assumed that it's 1x because it doesn't say 2x. So x is by itself. And then 9 divided by 3? 3. Now here is the best part about algebra. You can take this answer. And you're like, oh man, I don't know if I did it right. Oh, let's check. You can take this answer and put it right back in the equation. What is 3 times 3? 9. Plus 1? 9. It's like magic. If you don't take the time to check, I almost feel like you deserve to get it wrong. Like, no. And then the other thing is you have multiple choices. So you could take each answer choice and plug each one in, but then you're going to do the problem 4 times while somebody who knows how to do it did it once. All right. Here's another one. 5 plus b over 7 equals negative 2. 5 plus b over 7 equals negative 2. PEMDAS backwards always. So PEMDAS backwards. Do you see any adding or subtracting? Yeah. What is being added? This is tricky. 5. Added or subtracted? 5. So our adding and subtracting is 5. This is a positive 5. So we're going to negative 5 both sides. This cancels. So I'm left with b over 7. B over 7. And then negative 2 and negative 5. Negative 7. Now do you see any multiplying or dividing? Dividing. What is the opposite of dividing by 7? Here's where we get, we show this by doing a dot and a 7. And then a dot and a 7. Because 7 over 7 is 7 over 7? 1. So we're going to go cross those out. And then negative 7 times 7 is negative what? 49. And that's in B. And then again, I can check it. Take. What is negative 49 divided by 7? Negative 7. What's 5 plus negative 7? Ta-da.